Hey, my name is Neilchan, and today what I'm going to be showing you is how you can take any song that you like and you can use a very systematic and efficient way to arrange it on fingerstyle guitar and play it immediately. So the song that I'm going to be showing you today is coming from this book. It's called The Slave Songs of the United States. It's from 1867. It's the first compilation of African American folk songs or spirituals. Now I'm going to be showing you exactly how it's done and how you can adapt this process and do it to any song that you like. Alright, so I know you can't see the book here. The song that we're going to be doing is called The Day of Judgment. I know you can't see it, but I've got my iPad here and I'm gonna take a photo so that you can take a look and we can follow along. Alright, so let me just take this photo. Alright, there we go. Whoa, hold on a second. Hi, this is Future Neil here, and I'm gonna be explaining to you what I'm doing in the past. Okay, so first, I don't want to be alarmed. You don't need to know how to read music notation. The only reason why I'm using music notation in this example is because so that you have a visual reference. Now, you don't need to read notation. You can just listen to songs and sing it and hear the melody and then process it, and then you're good to go. Alright, don't be afraid. Let's go. Alright, so first, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna sing you the song. And I'm going to be singing it in the key of E major, although it's written in the key of F major, but I'm going to sing it in the key of E major because that's the key I know suits my voice. You can sing it in any key. And the moon will turn to blood, and the moon will turn to blood, and the moon will turn to blood in that day. Oh, my soul, and the moon will turn to blood in that day. Alright, so that's it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to transform that melody into solfege. What is solfege? Well, solfege is basically the system of putting syllables to musical notes. And every note in the scale will have a fixed syllable. So you've got Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do for the 7 notes in the major scale. Alright, so let's continue. This is what it will sound like. Do, mi, so, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 re, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do, re, me, re, do, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do. And that's the song, right? Simple enough. So now what we're going to do, we're going to grab our guitar and we're going to actually start arranging it. First we need to find our E major scale. So I'm going to use this one over here. And how did I get that E major scale? Well, I've got news for you. I've got lots of resources to help you along, and these are in the form of guides, alright? So I've got them printed out here, but you can go to the link in my website. The link is in the description below, alright? You can download the scale position guide, the chord position guide, and also the solfege harmony guide. And these are going to have all the resources and all the information that you need to follow along with the lesson, alright? So in this particular case, I'm using the scale position guide, and I'm taking a look at the 7 movable scale positions. This particular scale position is called the 5-2 scale position. Singing it in solfege, we've got Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. You can use any scale position that you like. Now that we've got the scale position and we've got the solfege, we can immediately play it on guitar using just solfege. I'm not going to care about the lyrics anymore because it's a fingerstyle arrangement. Alright, you might be wondering, why am I using so much solfege? That's because solfege is key to your musicianship. Now, I've got other videos that talk about solfege, and also I've got the solfege harmony guide, and there you can see all the syllables that we use in our solfege system and how they map onto the various scales. So download that and use it along with this lesson. Alright, let's get back to it. Do, mi, so, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 re, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do, re, me, re, do, re, mi, mi, fa, ti, ti, do. Alright, that's simple enough. Now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna start to harmonize it. At first we've got Do, mi, so, 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 so. That's very obviously a 1 chord, okay? It's a 1 chord. Because we've got Do, Mi, So. Was that obvious? Well, maybe not, alright? But if you look at the solfege harmony guide, you can see in the major scale, right, over here, the major scale, we've got the chord number 1. The solfege syllables, the notes in there is Do, Mi, So, as well as Ti, but that's for a more advanced chord, okay? But just the basic one is Do, Mi, So, and that's why we're using the 1 chord. And then So, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 fa. Okay, fa is telling me that we're in a 4 chord. How is it in the 4 chord? Well, if you look at the solfege harmony guide again, alright, the 4 chord has the note fa in it. So there are other chords that have the note fa in it, but if you do this over time, you realize that only a few chords kind of fit in with this song. So in this case, it's going to be the 4 chord. You could use the 2 chord, for example, that also has the note fa inside. Okay, so this is probably going to be a 4 chord. So the first one, we've got do, mi, so, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 fa. Okay, by now you might be wondering, what chords am I playing? Why is it so high up the neck? Why aren't I playing normal chords? Well, if you look at the chord position guide, right, we've got lots of different chord shapes, and what I'm using are the movable chord shapes. So in this case, in E major, I'm just using the A major shape, but I'm moving it all the way up to the 7th fret, and that gives us an E major chord. And same for chord number 4, I'm using the D major shape, but I'm moving it all the way up. It's actually an A major chord, alright? But it looks like a D shape, just moved all the way up to the 7th fret. Re, re, mi, 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 mi. This is going to be a 1 chord. Mi, 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 fa. Alright, in this case, the 4 chord, I'm using the E major shape, but moved up all the way to the 5th fret. And that still gives us an A major chord, but it's a different position. 4 chord, Ti, Ti, Do. Okay, so we've got Re, Re, Mi, 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 Fa, 4 chord here. Ti, Ti, 5 chord, Ti, Ti, Do. Okay, so we've got a long Do here. Do, Re. Okay, for Re, I'm gonna use 2 chord. Re. Okay, why the 2 chord? Well, that's because the 2 chord has the note Re inside of it, which is also the 2nd degree of the major scale. Okay, it could be another chord, but in this case, you can do trial and error and find one that works for you. Me. Oh, we've got something interesting here. Me. I'm going to use the flat 6 chord. So we've got 2 and we've got the flat 6. Alright, what's the interesting thing and how did I come up with that chord? Well, do, re, mi, this is a flattened 3rd degree. So in this case, we can go to our solfege harmony guide. The scales that have mi inside of it is probably going to be our natural minor scale. And in this case, we're going to use a borrowed chord from the natural minor scale. So we're going to use the natural minor scale. We're going to go and find the chords that correspond to this scale. And we're going to find one that fits. So in this case, I'm using the flattened 6 chord in our natural minor mode. Me, re. I'm going to use the 7 chord here. Re, do. Okay, this do here, I'm going to use the 6 chord. Why do I use the 6 chord? Even though it's a do note, and do is usually your tonic note and it's your home chord. Now the 6 chord is a substitute tonic function chord, and it gives it a little bit of a darker feel. You could use chord number 1, there's no problem, but this to me sounds a little bit darker, a little bit more mysterious. Do, re, mi, 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 back to the 1 chord. Mi, 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 fa. Okay, let's keep it simple. 4, Ti, Ti, 5, do. Alright, so now that we've got the chords, I'm gonna sing it out and play the chords at the same time. Alright, before we listen to Past Me Do That, I want you to pay attention to the chord shapes that I'm using and follow along with the chord position guide. Alright, you can see, am I using an A shape moved up the neck, or an E shape moved up the neck, or a D shape moved up the neck? All these different variations. Look at how my fingers are shaped on the fretboard and what chord do they look like? Is it a C? Is it an A? Is it a G? Is it an E? Is it a D? And then you can use these chord shapes in your own fingerstyle arrangements. Do, mi, so, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 re, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do. Alright, we've harmonized the melody. Now what we're going to do, we're going to play it on the guitar. Okay, so we've got the melody here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to play the bass notes. Do, mi, so, 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 mi, mi, fa, 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 re, re, mi, 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 fa, ti, ti, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi. T, T, Do. Okay, so I've got that. So now, based on where the bass note is and where the melody note is, I'm just gonna grab a chord shape that will allow me to fill up the rest of the harmony. So let's go. Do, Mi. Since I've got Do, Mi here, I'm gonna form this chord number 1. So, 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 so. Mi, Mi. Now I've got Fa here. Fa, 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 Fa. I'm just gonna form this shape. Re, Re, Mi. Chord 1 again. Mi, 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 Mi. Fa, Ti, 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 Do, Re. For the Re chord, I'm gonna play this one. Re, Me, flat 6 chord. Me, Re. I can make this a 7th chord. Re, Do, Do, Re, Mi, 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 Fa, Ti, Ti, Do. Alright, and basically that's it. I've arranged the song. Now let me play it once for you so you can hear how it sounds like. There we go. So I hope that's been helpful for you. I know it takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of time to work on this, but this is a skill that you would take with you and apply it to any song that you like. I'm gonna continue talking until the end of the video, but this is future me saying goodbye, and let me know if you have any questions, alright? See you. Of course, don't be in a hurry to get it done, but enjoy the process. So until next time, I'll see you again. Goodbye.